that's a whole different story. My birthday's 6/26. My mother passed away on 2/6/26. Like there's just a lot
Sorry to hear that.
and that episode ending with those numbers. Like that night, like when you watch that episode, when you truly watch the last gig, those tears are real. Those are not like, that's not acting. I mean, as much as I would love to say I'm that brilliant of an actor, I'm not.
You're quite right.
No, I mean, it was, I was a bawling little baby to the point where it was like that we had to do take after take after take because we couldn't get through it, you know?
No, I can imagine. I can imagine. I mean, like,
it's rough. It's a second family, isn't it? So, yeah.
It was. We were so sad that, because the last night of the performance, we all went out afterwards for a little goodbye drink or something. And we just sat there and goes, listen, regardless of what's happened here, even though we're not going to meet up tomorrow for any rehearsals, any dress rehearsal, anything, we got to keep in touch. And it was the right decision we all made. We kept in touch. If we hadn't, we wouldn't have been traveling to the cities to visit one another as well. And I can remember your last words of that episode when Jake goes, "You guys want to go to Sharky's for a goodbye soda?" And you go, "No, I can't. I've got an early flight to New York. Still got some packing to." And when you stop, and I saw that reaction, and you go, "I'm going to miss you guys," because I could tell right away that Aaron Jackson is not acting. That's real. And in regards to that bit of the performance, bravo. I mean, bravo.
That was probably, I mean, outside of the death of my mother,
I'm sorry.
The leaving of home the first time, that was probably one of the hardest days of my life. I mean, it's because you're saying goodbye, you know, you're saying goodbye to something that is just so like not just important to you, but important to others. But it's like, you know, you're losing your job. Like, I mean, it is. Like I didn't have a paycheck after that. I was good with my money, but I didn't have a purpose anymore. I didn't have, like, it wasn't like we knew it was going to happen either. I mean, it was looming, but we didn't think, you know, like maybe we'll get one more out of this. You know, I always tell everybody in an interview, you know, they ask me, you know, about the show and I talk about it. And then I'm like, you know, it was all good things must come to an end. And I'm fairly certain that this show should have come to an end much sooner, but I'm glad it didn't. I'm just glad I was there. Right. And
we all were. Oh, like the song. So glad I was there.
Yeah. And, it was such an amazing time in my life, you know, and like my studio is literally, you know, this is my home studio. And my studio is riddled with California Dreams memorabilia. I mean, I have the original green drum head from the front of the bass on my wall.
Oh, awesome. Well, actually,
awesome. I don't show this very often, so I'll show it to you.
Oh, I'm honored. Thank you very much. This is legendary on my show. This is legendary. Oh my goodness. Congratulations on that.
So, I mean, that's beautiful. That's the authentic one. And then when you're looking at the pictures of us right there, that is, that's our Reicher thing when we got hired, when Reicher took us over for syndication. And then that picture next to it was literally my first time on set.
Awesome.
Yep.
Congratulations, Aaron.
My little California Dreams wall over here of the now and the thens.
Yeah. That is so cool. Sincerely.
Yeah. And then I have the Sharky's menu in the corner there.
Yeah, the burger and fries were very, very cheap back then.
They were. And then the last little thing that I'll show you here is my daddy got this made for me. Which was the first 4 magazine covers that I was on.
Oh, that is awesome.
And then I met a guy at one of the, we were doing an autograph signing in Atlantic City, and he worked with metal, and he made me that, which is, I think, is just kind of cool.
Kind of cool. That's super cool. That's the definition of cool.
And then this was my parting gift from Peter Engel, that framed picture of all of us there. It was our last thing, and it says on the bottom of it, it says, "I'm glad I was there," which was just kind of cool.
Again, thank you so much for showing me the studio. It's such a cool setup there as well.
Mess.
No, it's cool.
A mess.
No. You know, they say the messier it is, the cooler it kind of looks to a certain extent.
It's my mess. I'll tell you, I made it. I did.
His fault, not mine. Right.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, this is kind of the stuff I've collected over the years, not just the coffee memorabilia. This was actually, this picture you see there. This is actually William Christopher Ford. If you ever watched Karate Kid Part 3, Cobra Kai Season 6, he sent me that all the way from the US. I went to Manchester for a gig. I came back and there's a parcel ready there, and he opened it up and on there it says, "To Addi, thank you so much for inviting me on your show. Cobra Kai never dies. Strike first, strike hard, show no mercy. Signed, William." I was like, oh my goodness, I was over the moon.
I'm not sure where the space is, but you're gonna have to find one, for the one that I'm gonna send you. So
I will make it. I will make it. I have a frame ready as well for you, brother.
There you go. So I will
also.
I will either mail that off, or when I come over in July, we will meet up for a coffee. So we'll figure it out. Because I've never been. I've been to Manchester. I've been all through the UK, but I've never been to Nottingham.
Well, done. Just let me know when you come, and I'll invite some of my friends to meet you as well. They wouldn't be. They'd be, oh my god, how did you get Mark Winkle? Oh, simple. I asked him because he's a nice guy. That's why.
Because he's a mate of mine. He's a friend of mine, and he said he's coming back for a pint.
Oh, thank you. I'm flattered. I'm flattered. So from now on, when I watch California Dreams, I go, that's my mate on there. That is.
There you go. There you go.
There you go. Yeah. So what would you say Mark's future was after the band had separated? Because I know he went off to Juilliard, didn't he? What would you say what would have happened?
I mean, if I could write Mark's storyline, I think he probably would have gone to Juilliard, graduated with some pedagogy of music, and then I think he probably would have he would have gotten married. He would have had a couple of little tykes running around. But I think ultimately would have gone back and kind of worked in the education system. I don't know that Mark ever really loved to perform. I don't think that was it wasn't his lot in life. I think he would have gone on to be a teacher and educator, and which is, that's where mine and Mark's paths kind of were the same. I never really loved performing, and it was never really, I did like it. I did enjoy it. I think I enjoyed the applause a lot more than I enjoyed the actually doing it of it. But I love to educate. I love to teach. I love that my students are learning from me. And I think the cool thing about my journey and what Mark's journey would have been is the success that you get to see from that. And for me, like any one of my students that I work with that want the path of this industry, I can say I've been there, done that, and bought the t-shirt. Right. And I can tell them what to expect, what to watch out for, what to, how this process is going to go down, because no difference in the 90s as it is in 2026 on the audition process, on walking into a room and owning a room and commanding attention and being respectful and having the right manners and knowing how to navigate that. Right. And so for me, I think Mark and my path would have, I think they would have crossed regardless. And I think he would have gone on to do that. I
hope it would have gone well for him. I know Jake would have gone on to becoming one of the biggest rock stars of all time. No doubt. He would have gone on to
be, the Justin Bieber of the time or whatever. Like, he would have been massive.
More like the Bryan Adams of the time, I would say.
I would say probably bigger than Bryan Adams, though. I mean, like, you talk about right now, God, I'm showing my age because I can't name one, but like, he would be the Usher or the Justin Bieber or the Justin Timberlake's, like on top of the world, right?
Yeah.
Like, on top of the world. Not that Brian, if you're watching this, Brian was amazing.
I didn't say anything.
but Brian, he had his handful of hits, and that was it. I think Jake Summers would have been rocking and rolling like Led Zeppelin did, or like the Who has, or like just just he'd be 90 years old, still rocking and rolling, trying to do what Paul McCartney's doing,
Yeah, I agree to that. I mean, I love Jake. He was one of my all-time favorite characters. Me and my friends used to, like I said, we'd get up, we'd all get up early. We'd get up early on Saturday morning rather than getting up early for school, just so we could sneak downstairs and watch California Dreams, get the classic 90s, 80s thing where bowl of cereal, watch the show non-stop. He's funny. Who would you be? I'd be Jake out of everybody. You go, no, I'd be Mark. All right, cool. Mark's cool as well. So we loved all of you, and we still love you even till today. And when Jay, if he's listening, big shout out to him again, is that when he gave me the opportunity of a lifetime to speak to him, he made me realize anything is possible. And you today, I have to admit, Mr. Aaron Jackson, is that you giving me the opportunity to talk to you. You've made me re-believe, and everybody who comes on the show, my show, is giving me the opportunity, makes me believe anything is possible. So again, thank you so much for everything, and you're always in my prayers from now on.
And you are as well, my friend.
Thank you. You did mention the fact that your mother had passed, so I'd like to make prayer for her, if that's okay with you.
Yes, please.
Thanks. I pray that may she rest in peace, and that you're all given the strength to get through the hard times, and that one day you may be all reunited in heaven together as well. Amen to that. I'd like to do that for you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, no, it's the least I can do. Like I say, when you're growing up with faith and you're growing up in culture, is always, whether you knew somebody, you didn't know somebody with the same faith as you, same culture, it doesn't matter. They're human beings. You have to accept them. That's the way that's the way you've been brought up. So, appreciate that. So one last question. From all the people you have trained with in the acting business, what is some of the best lessons and advice you have learned?
That I've learned? I guess there's a handful. The quality of your life is brought about by the quality of your thinking. That was one of the ones. My daddy told me never to give up. My daddy's my best friend in the entire world. My dad will be 83 in July. And my father never missed a taping of my show, ever. Flew out from Pittsburgh to LA every week to watch my show. Never missed a performance that I did in my career, ever. But he told me never to give up. That know your worth. Know your worth. It's not a financial worth, but know your worth. And I always go back to that saying that, like, you can go to the grocery store and buy a case of water, and when you buy that case of water, if you were to break it down to how much that water would cost, that water might be 50 cents, right, for that bottle. You go to that airport, the bottle of water in the airport might be $5. You go to Madison Square Gardens and buy that same water, it's going to be $10. You're on an airplane at $7. The quality of the water didn't change, because water is water. It's the environment in which it's in, right? Know your worth. And that's really what it is. And for me, I settle for nothing less than superior, right? And I, not that I deserve all the financial stuff that I've been given and granted and blessed with. I don't deserve any of that. But everything that I have, I've earned. Everything that I have, I knew my worth going into it. And I've made some calculated risks in my life. Some great, some not so great. But I know my worth. And I've raised my children, and I talk to my students about knowing your worth. And you don't have to say yes to everything. No is an acceptable answer. It really is. Biggest life lesson that I learned was learning the word no. No is an acceptable answer. Other things that reach for the stars, settle for the moon kind of thing. It sounds so cliche. People in this industry, they ask me, what would you tell an actor, coming up in this industry? And I tell him, don't do it. It's awful.
Run away.
Run while you can. Be my legs. but it's if you're gonna embark on this adventure,
Yeah.
understand that you have to want it truly more than you want breath. If you want to make it truly, you have to want it more than you want breath, to the point where you're willing to sacrifice everything. But what I tell my students is, you have to make those sacrifices in life regardless, right? If you're going to do it, do it. But know your moral compass going into it. What will you and what won't you? Right? And
yeah,
that's
good point.
Like, there are certain things that I just won't do on camera, right? I won't hit a woman or a child on camera. I won't do drugs on camera. I won't take the good Lord's name in vain on camera. There's certain things I just won't do, and that's not a rider that's in my contract that I need green M&Ms taken out of my thing. No, these are staples. I will not do these. So know your morals going into it. Where is your moral compass? Accept nothing less than superior. God put you on this earth to be the very best version of yourself. And the only way you can be the very best version of yourself is knowing yourself. And
yeah, that's good advice.
Kind of my words that I've done to live by. I'm sorry, I put my knee in the camera here. I never wear shorts, and for some reason today I'm wearing shorts. I don't know why.
It's the heat.
It is blistering outside right now. I did sit outside.
It's surprisingly warm here in the UK. It's like a heat wave we've got here. And we always just say the only thing in England warm is the ice. I've said that on quite a few episodes.
We've got a small little tan line going on how hot it is here. So
I can tell, yeah, you can tell.
But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that heat wave again in the UK. I was there when you guys had the hottest heat wave that you guys have ever had, when they closed down Heathrow and Gatwick because the tarmac was melting. That was what, 3 years ago. I was in the UK for that one.
Yeah.
But every time we go to Scotland for the last 4 trips now, we have like somehow navigated that, where we've like one day of rain, the rest of it's been beautiful. Like, I got a sunburn in Scotland. How does it happen?
Speaking of Scotland, I can remember now going back to dreams. I can remember going back to dreams where Jake had to play the bagpipes, and you put on a convincingly good Scottish accent, and you were like, here we are, Jake McSummers. And I was like,
Jake McSummers coming in, yeah. It's easy now because I've got my wife. She can do it. But my son.
You watch Braveheart too much.
Yeah. Well, my bonus son has got. I mean, he was born in the States, but he can do the best Scottish brogue there is. My wife still has the accent. I mean, there's times that we'll go to dinner, with her and her family here in the States, because her brother and sister-in-law and nephews live here, and her mom lives here now. We'll go there, and I'm sitting at the dining room table or at the dinner table, and I'm just doing this. I just nod. I haven't got a bloody clue what they're saying, because it gets so brash in there. So
yeah, that's the same thing Mel Gibson said when he was doing Braveheart. He goes, when he had to go to Scotland to film Braveheart, he goes, everybody there needed subtitles. He had no idea what everybody was saying, and then he had to go to visit the late great Sean Connery himself and get accent lessons from him. And he goes, imagine Sean Connery saying the word goulash. But some rolls for my goulash. And he goes, imagine Sean Connery saying that word. It's amazing. It's true. Connery had may he rest in peace. Connery had, without a doubt, one of the best voices for an actor ever. It made him stand out. Yeah. It truly made him stand out from everyone.
It was truly brilliant. Yeah. But so it's rough now and again around the dining room table. There's words that my wife, but now I'll tell you, and I'm sure you guys are seeing it. I mean, congrats so far. England hasn't been knocked out just yet. Scotland hasn't been knocked out just yet. But the Tartan Army has just taken over the United States. Like, they literally are in Boston. I'm sure you're seeing it all over the TikTok and everything you guys have. They're literally, like, bars are running out of liquor. The airplanes, like they drank the entire trolleys, dry. So the Tartan Army is real. So we're going over to the game on Wednesday in Miami to watch them play. So we'll see. Hopefully they can pull out a W. We'll see. Playing Brazil, I don't know what's going to happen.
We'll see what happens. That's the whole exciting point about a World Cup, is that you expect the unexpected. Sometimes the underdog can beat the big dog as well. But, I wish all the teams all the best for the tournament. Yeah. And it goes good.
I love that we can put war and hate and racism and religion and everything aside, right? And we can come in and we can play a game of footy, right? And win, lose, or draw at the end of every match. If you saw what they've done, those boys have gone up to each and every one of those players. They hug, they high five, they handshake. You know, we're talking about countries that are at war right now, but there's 90 minutes of war on that field, on that pitch, and that's it. And then it's over. So that's what I love. Win, lose, or draw, whoever wins a World Cup, you know, congratulations in advance. I would love to see USA, England, or Scotland be one of the three that wins, because my blood runs through all of those countries. So
nice to have you here, laddie.
Cheers, thank you.
Very sure. Well, Aaron Jackson, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the show, brother. It's I can't get over. I think from now on, when I watch California Dreams, I can say I didn't speak to one. I got to speak to two great cast members of this great show. And again,
we're going to have to reach out to getting William and Michael and Brent. You know, you got to have all five of us, because then you can truly be able to say who your favorite is, and we know it's going to it'll go Jay Anthony, Aaron, Brent, William. way at the bottom down there would be that worst Winkle of Sly.
Winkle bad. Everybody called him. I can remember Earl Bowen always calling him that on the show. He came up with the idea. I can remember Winkle good and Winkle bad.
Winkle bad. That's it. That's it. So, well, thank you so much. It's been my pleasure to spend the last hour with you.
I appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Happy 45th birthday for this coming Friday and everything. You honestly look about early to mid 40s to me.
I wish I was in my 40s. 53 is going to be quite the year, I think.
Now I'm going to stick with 40. So that means you're only about a few years younger than me. So that's fine.
Yeah, well, I take my hat off, my glasses off when I get closer. I mean, I would love to say I've got a filter making me look this young and youthful, but they don't make filters that'll do that. So.
No, you have yourself. You have your charming self to do all
Cheers, thank you.
No worries, thank you. But appreciate that. And if you are in the UK, give us a shout and we'll grab that coffee.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you.